Work, work.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the Moonduck coverage of the Royal Arena. These are going to be the group stages, so we got ourselves a best of two between Allusions and Power Rangers. I'm Android, being joined by Motpax. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, catching up on everything. Um, Apparently I'm catching up on some of the newest European squads because I have never heard of Illusions. I was pretty into this whole scene, like all of last year and whatnot, through like Power Rangers and everyone else, but I can't say I've heard of these bad boys.
Yeah, I mean, it's a new stack. I know people in the Skype group were asking about them, but they're showing a lot of promise here. They're crushing it in scrims, and, well, going up against Power Rangers is certainly a step above, but we'll see how they hold their own. Again, it is a best of two series, and this is just for seeding into the playoffs.
All right. That's always kind of nice though, I guess. At least it's not the best of ones. That's no
Those are
fun.
brutal, dude.
I'm not a fan of that. I like to see some adapting and whatnot through the games. Now this is kind of weird. That's a first pick Morphling. So I don't know. These guys like support Morphling runners because that's the only reason I could imagine someone picking. Like if you don't have the versatility to run this thing in support, off lane, or some core thing, I can't
Disruptor.
see you picking up Morphling this early. All right, well it's a core. Interesting. Interesting. So you have an entire draft to focus around a Morphling. They do get the Disruptor, who's probably one of the best supports to lock down a Morphling, right? Because he provides that silence and everything. But now with the Darkseer, I guess you ban Ricky. But you're rocking like Oracle, top tier, position 5, then you have Darkseer, and your position 4 is super open to how you want to control up this Morphling. Just there's a reason we always see him in the second phase.
I'm really curious to see how they're going to round out this strategy because Oracle Darkseer, it's pretty defensive. Yeah, they've got good lane control with the ion shells, but so far they have no fighters. Of course, they've got 3 more picks to get that up. What kind of cores synergize really well with that Darkseer?
Oh, all our fun things, right? They have the Disruptor, so the Ember, who's one of the best ones with it, is kind of sad to go for. Don't really want to pick Ember and Disruptor. Um, and that's it's more of the in terms of like the core heroes. Sometimes you can see like a Sven, right, with like the vacuum and everything. The Ion Shell is the fun one though, with all those position 4s. That's what I like, right?
Yeah, go for that
Um,
Ricky and just get on top
yeah.
of someone, slowly melt them down, and all of a sudden Disruptor's missing half his health and has no idea what happened.
Wow, I'm really surprised they took out Bounty instead of Ricky.
I mean, I guess Bounty can kind of accelerate you in that mid game, whereas Ricky just kind of chugs along and does his own thing. But at this point, I mean, Ricky's just so much more valuable in the meta.
Yeah. Like Bounty's good, but you also already have a Darkseer who is built a natural mech builder, and so does Bounty. Go into those like same idea behind Guardian Greaves and everything. Ricky has a silence, which you really, really want against Morphling. Hmm. Well, we shall see. Maybe they just take it here. The ultimate mind games.
I mean, they could go for the Disruptor Ricky. It's a very quirky support duo, but it does give you what you want. You've got Disruptor for a decent lane support, and you've got Ricky to roam.
Game's funny all over, because then like they also picked the Darkseer into a Disruptor, who once Oracle's out of the pool is the next best support to deal with Darkseer in lane. So we're all over the place right now. Batrider was totally ignored. Might be coming out here for Illusions this phase. Even with the Oracle, I think Batrider is just ridiculous right now. He's kind of shredding some of these games, the toppest of tiers and whatnot. Big plays, good laner. Hard to argue against. Axe would be the other big one that's still left, I suppose.
Yeah. Um, so we got potential for Axe. We've got the Batrider, like you dropped on. Juggernaut's going to be banned out. Void's going to be banned out. Those are another 2 big cores that get picked up really frequently. Um, we've got mid heroes still in the pool. I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot of love for mids aside from that OD and Huskar ban, but we'll see what else they're going to be looking for here. They're taking their time here for pick number 3. So we'll see if they want to snap up the Ricky for themselves if they realize, like, oh crap, giving
Yeah.
a Ricky to a team with an Oracle and a Darkseer already just
Axe.
spells disaster. But they're going to go for the Axe, so a little bit more control for Illusions.
Okay. So the other big hero that one might consider would have been the Timbersaw scenario. Oh, that axe. That's going to work out very nicely. Into the drought.
Yeah, picking a Drow into an Axe is a little bit
Yeah,
unusual. What's the
it has
logic
you like,
behind that one?
oh. Oh, my. So that probably takes care of our Ricky, though. He's likely not going to be coming out here. I think you want to try and abuse a bit more of that Drow Ranger strategy. Get some more heavy push. There's still Luna, again, though, very similar to Drow, and she suffers pretty heftily from an axe. I think an Omni Knight would actually be pretty badass here from Illusions, but I don't know if they run that hero.
Yeah, if they go for the Omni, that means they have to kind of be really careful where they put their disruptor. They got to make sure he gets his levels because you want Omni to be charging out and just kind of doing his own. Would you ever put Omni in the offlane and let Axe go jungle?
I don't think you do this game, but the Omni's pretty dope, and sometimes in the offlane, right? Like Tavo running it the other night and everything like
Oh
that.
man,
But
that was crazy.
yeah, this is kind of interesting. Okay, so they will go back for the Ricky. Just means that they won't be as heavy on the push as you might want to be, but it does super secure that Darkseer Ricky lane. The Drow's still going to pump up whatever mid laner you want to go with, be it like Queen of Pain. We've seen some teams still going back for her, especially when they have the Drow. The
Storm
Razor
Spirit as
still in the
well.
pool. Yep, Storm Spirit's still there too. The Storm's going to really help against the Morphling. He'll suffer heavily if the Axe gets off to a really good start.
All right,
Puck.
last pick's coming out here. I like the Puck pick. I really do think it's great. It offers a little bit more gap close against the Drow Ranger. I mean, this Drow Ranger pick is kind of a question mark for me because so far the only synergy is the Oracle. I mean, they can tie it into that mid like you talked about, but on the side of Illusions, they've got Disruptor with his Glimpse Back and his Kinetic Field. They've got Morphling with the Waveform. They've got Axe with a Blink Call. Puck with the Illusory Orb into a Silence. There's so much gap close. Are they going to be able to get this Drow Ranger doing anything?
Yeah, if you think about how it's going to go down, the chase is the most important thing for Illusions, as you said, like the gap close and most notably the chase, like the overall mobility of like you have to be perfectly positioned at the tower the whole time while you siege. And if you feel like you no longer have the stamina, if you feel like you're not in good enough spots and you try and back out as PR, they could just get absolutely crushed. Either one hero gets glimpsed back, or Puck's just going to blink in and Dream Coil two of them. You get that awkward save your buddy syndrome, and you're going to lose all 5 heroes here. And that is kind of what I'm seeing. So some sort of push. I think the Invoker's a nice ban. That would have been a good hero to try and facilitate a little bit of an earlier push. Would have helped out with the Ricky and the Darkseer. Now a PA ban coming out for them and a Shadow Fiend pick.
That is a dead hero lifted back up from the grave, man. It's going to benefit from that precision aura, but it seems so easy to be locked down in that mid lane.
Oh, all right. I mean, he's got some push, he's got some minus armor strats, right? Lots of physical damage running on in here from that Drow Ranger. Oracle's going to be hitting like a truck with that base attack time. It's going to be sick. And now their position 4 hero is so they banned out the support. Well, I guess they were saying, okay, well maybe they'll do support PA, but that actually would have crushed Shadow Fiend because he would get totally dumpstered mid.
Weaver. And they're gonna go for the Weaver here.
Oh, it is a 4 axe then.
All right. So Axe won't get his time in that off lane, but he'll still find a little bit in the jungle here. He'll be able to go and cut waves and hopefully apply a lot of pressure to Power Rangers. Whose draft are you liking better?
I'd have to say PR if this is actually a Jungle Axe, unless it is support Morphling. Because Jungle Axe is going to get stalked by Ricky.
Yeah, I mean, the Tranquil Boot snipes, we've seen it one too many times.
Yeah. That is interesting. Are these guys support Morphling players? I don't know. I don't know anything about these guys, but it's well, the second I see a Morphling pick in the first phase, I have to imagine you must at least be willing to do it. Or everyone's just going to like animate you and stuff every game. Or, you know, every other mana leaking hero in the game.
I'm really curious to see how we're going to be laning here. And we hop into game number 1 of this best of 2 series. So we can get a little bit creative here in game number 1, see what works, see what is heavily punished. So we'll look at items being picked up and decide who's doing what here. Morphling starts out with a Dust and a Talon. That I haven't seen.
Okay.
Please explain why.
I mean, this is what we're talking about, though, because we're looking and we're like, something's up with this draft. So, normal items. So, it is like an off-lane. No.
It's going to be mid-puck. I think we
know we got that one. That's the only one we know.
It looks like a safe lane Weaver.
It's some sort of like Iron Talon and Morphling.
Yes, thank you for establishing this.
But like actually jungling, because like sometimes in certain matchups you go for like an Iron Talon can even help you in lane sometimes, but this is just like straight up I'm just gonna do my thing. I've seen this in a couple high-tier pubs where people are doing this like Iron Talon Morphling thing, but I've only ever seen it on Dire side, and I definitely haven't seen it against a Riki.
This is curious here. So does that mean Axe is going to be our dedicated offlaner? He's picked up the makings
I think
for...
so, yeah.
I mean, it could be another Talon coming onto him if he wants to bail out and do, like, the small camp in the offlane. This is very, very weird.
Ah. He definitely has lane items, that's for sure. Then again, yeah, no, he should be going somewhere, but... The Darkseer bottom, the Oracle. Can he handle just Oracle and Drow?
That's still
Not until
pretty
he has,
tough,
like, Boots,
yeah.
Windlace. Oh, this is going to be
man.
good.
Yeah,
but most importantly, we have a Shadow Fiend. I mean, let's just focus on what's truly good in this game, because thankfully, the greatest hero in Dota 2 is back, baby.
Motpax, I'm gonna have to put in a soft disagree with you.
It's Shadow Fiend. Oh, come on. I mean, you can love other heroes. I don't even, like, play Shadow Fiend, but he's just so iconic. You know, I look at Shadow Fiend and I just get excited.
I don't.
Wow. That's too bad. You're a disgrace.
I mean,
you're a disgrace to the game.
As a mid Skywrath player, Shadow Fiend just kind of wrecks my shit. So I've got my own sour reservations here now. Riki, goddamn, just gonna be scouting around, walking up onto his disruptor. Don't think he's gonna try anything here. Maybe going for a rune snipe. Maybe just watching if there's any vision put down. But in terms of vision, our Morphling is the only one holding dust. What do you think about the choice to buy, first item dust rather than sentries?
It must be some sort of play where, well, obviously it has to do with Riki, but it's kind of useless to have sentries if you're going to be jungling. If you want some sort of detection, it has to be dust, but it's still kind of weird. I don't know how they're actually going to capitalize off of this dust, right? But sentries aren't going to help you because you're just moving around too much.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you've got a lot of mobility, and if you do end up seeing Riki, you can catch him. You've got the Glimpse, Kinetic Field, you've got so much Punish. The Axe Call is going to be nice at the early levels, but just a matter of finding him out is pretty quirky now. Riki was able to put down a sentry ward here that does scout out this Radiant Observer, but didn't actually take out the Observer. Just knowing it's there, I guess, is good enough.
Oh, is he saving? Oh, nice. Yeah, gotta save it for his Shadow Fiend, I guess. I don't know how he's gonna get to that though.
Yeah, it's a pretty deep ward to try to go in and take out. There's gonna be a Disruptor just sandwiched around. There's gonna be that Ion Shell Riki doing
mid
some
lane.
work.
Oh my god, he got punished so heavily for that. Like, he went in for the tango on that, and Judah was just like, yo, free orb, dude. So that's the salve burnt. Now he needs to buy a second salve. I mean, this matchup isn't going to go very well for Shadow Fiend for sure, but
yeah, it's gonna
not
get
until he
tricky.
gets some damage.
We'll see. I mean, because Judah here on this puck can punish really, really heavily. Of course, Shadow Fiend's right clicks do a number onto the Fairy Dragon, but if he's pretty on point with his phase shifts, this could be nice. But he's going to go in deep here. He wants the first blood. He's behind the tower. This little puck is trying. He wants to go for the courier, but that moment of indecision means that it looks like Meow will be completely fine.
Yeah, for now, it's just kind of free for Judah. He can basically do whatever he wants around this lane. There's no real concern of dying. He doesn't have the burst to necessarily bring down Mr. Meow here. Who is? Oh, damn, right. We don't have a ticket, do we?
No, there's no official names courtesy of no ticket yet, but it should be in the next couple of days.
Let me refresh myself here. So, Goddamn's still playing the support. Oh wow, it's actually not showing any of them. All right, yeah, we lost.
It's all over now. I don't know if you have the visual bug too, but I cannot see Ion Shells on Riki. I can only see the damage they do. I have that in my pubs too. I don't know if that's common. But like Ion Shells themselves are invisible, but you can see that like they do damage to you over time. Which
I can't see it either.
Screwed me in the offlane.
Is it a bug with this Immortal?
I think it might, although last time I was playing it was just up against a Darkseer. There was no Riki involved. It was just Darkseer would Ion Shell a creep, and I was standing in the creep wave and taking so much damage, and I'm like, I have no idea what's killing me. I'm not taking creep aggro. And I realized there's an Ion Shell that I could not see.
Damn, I've seen that happen a couple of games where you had to like remake because I couldn't see Ion Shells. It like screwed up the entire game, but anyway.
It does get really frustrating because you're not sure what creeps to avoid if Riki's chasing you down. Ugh. Either way, mid lane is getting really feisty. These guys, they can both do decent amounts of burst damage. I think bottom lane, though, we might have Riki getting a little bit punished here. He's going to be taking a bug to his name, so they may not be able to catch up with the Darkseer, but he's still doing a number. We're going to have our Ricky rotating around. About 3 minutes in. Nice rotation into the mid lane. You've got the smoked up Morphling as well as the Disruptor looking to punish Meow here. And they're just going in. They drop the waveform here. He eats up a Fairy Fire, but I don't think it's going to be enough. They go in. Adaptive Strike. One more hit means that Judah will get the first blood. They don't find the Courier, but at least they get something for all their trouble.
Have a check here. So is that must be Alpha Ninja then, because that makes sense as why we have a Shadow Demon or a Shadow Fiend. So
that would make a little bit of sense, yeah.
Yeah. So that's Alpha Ninja in the mid lane. I had to I'm refreshing here. So then yeah, it is still Big Numb on the 1. So he's playing his typical Drow Ranger, Cheshire Cat, of course, the God of PR. The one long time, like when I think PR, I just think Cheshire Cat and J4. So at least I can trust in those two.
Oh, up top, Axe gets
ooh,
wasted.
nicely done.
He went in for the
J4
creep
takes
cut,
a kill.
but just punished here pretty heavily. Our Oracle gonna be helping out. Our Drow Ranger's doing all right in terms of farm. Puck is gonna be right up there with him, but in terms of Morphling's farm, it's pretty lacking here in the jungle. How is this working out, and what kind of timings are we gonna see from Morph? How's the build gonna be changed up?
It's already really odd, right? Because it's definitely the support stunning Morph. He's already going for the second point in the Adaptive Strike. I mean, clearly once you're Iron Talenting, you're not going to get the farm for E-Blade and Agility Morph anyway, so kind of sure that's the whole plan, but it's going to be pretty cool. I do really love that stun. It's absolutely broken. The downtime, once it's maxed out, is something insane. Oh, nice kill down bottom. That's,
yeah, Ricky able to follow, and he's found some decent levels. He's almost level 4 here at 4 minutes in the game, so goddamn, he's been going around, soaking that XP, helping out on the kill in mid, or rather just walking around. Now, meanwhile, Shadow Fiend is going to get the pick onto the Puck here. That's to be expected. I mean, Puck is pretty squishy. If you've already wasted out that phase shift, there's not a whole lot you can do. But Puck, it seems, didn't get a chance to get off the Waning Rift or phase shift.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. That was probably just a miscalculation or something on the damage.
Yeah, these kills are so bursty. It's really hard. You got to keep your eyes peeled at all times because all of a sudden everyone just jumps in.
I assume he didn't have his, well, obviously he didn't. He just bought his Raindrops now, and so did Shadow Fiend. God, this is just two mid laners that died out when Raindrop first came out.
God.
Now both buying Raindrops
Dream Coil drop
each other.
mid lane. We're going to have Razes popped out, and Meow, will he go down again? He will, but Judah cannot escape the tower. He's drinking the bottle, but it won't be enough. He already popped in the phase shift. Not sure why he didn't hop to the Illusory Orb in that instance.
It was just cooling down.
Oh, okay.
It was close, yeah. Have time yet. And now they're coming in. They have the dust this time, so Rick should be dead.
Yep, they're going in. They've got the control tools. There is going to be that little smoke cloud. Oh, the blink strike up to the enemy range creep. Oh, man. What a play there by goddamn. And now he gets back under his tower. There's going to be a TP in from the Shadow Demon, and Meow might be able to turn this aggressive if he wants to.
That was a sick outplay with the way he put the smoke, too, because like you consider, I'm like, well, there's no one coming over here to get him, but if you can get that angle and then the level 1 disruption, or rather level 1 glimpse from the disruptor, not gonna help you out enough. So time to morph a little bit less strength and go back to jungle. It seems. Got to get my right clicks back.
Yeah, I don't know about this jungle morphling. I'm usually pretty open-minded when it comes to Dota.
I'm so down right now. I think this is the play.
We are still just full strength morph right now. All right.
Yeah. I assume it's gonna be like just go back to Agi and head back into the jungle. And oh, he's okay. He wants to gank again. It seems.
All right, he's going. He's thinking about it. We're gonna have goddamn. He's just been having a ball here, walking around. He's got 1 kill to his name. He's got 700 gold along with shoes, so he can start looking for his first big item if he wants to go in and start an early diffusal. If he wants to just keep building up these support items. Now up top, Axe. He's able to call to get the little bit of bonus armor and survive this gank, but Drow Ranger's getting a lot of space up here. And we haven't talked a whole lot about the Darkseer, who's also top of the last hit chart right now.
Yeah, he's a free lane. Can't really die to just solo Weaver, especially when he has a Ricky. Maybe if you're like totally alone. Then,
top lane, we're going in. There's going to be Oracle dropping a full health salve. Not quite sure about that one. Nice little purge there onto the Axe, but Axe is running right at you. There will be a glimpse back onto the Drow Ranger, and they've got the call available. She's going to be in there. Do they have the damage to follow up, though? They're going to be losing their Disruptor. He goes down to the back lines of the Oracle, and it looks like Drow Ranger's able to hit a 2-man gust. Running down into the river is their follow-up. Waveform in, but now no mana for Adaptive Strike. They cannot focus Drow down. Looks like Morphling's going to be turning back. They want to focus now onto squishier targets, but they're just being paraded around. Very nice job by the Dire hurting them up, and now Power Rangers should be able to collect their spoils. They kill off the Axe. Morphling's next. Unfortunately, not enough mana for the Fortune's End.
Nice.
Puck comes in, trying to make something happen, but oh, that was not good for the Puck.
How did the Puck just
Puck
Okay,
went up
I
from the
assume he
river.
got silenced, obviously, but
Yeah, he got silenced and he was like, all right, guys, I'm coming. I got Dream Coil. And then Meow just dropped the base on him.
oh my god, that's brutal.
That
That was really nicely
really
played by
brutal.
J4 too here on the Oracle. Managed to get that kill. Damn.
Yeah,
All
taking out the
right.
Disruptor first was pretty nice. And then Morphling budgeting his mana just a little bit weird. Did not have the resources to actually lock down the Drow Ranger. Went in for the waveform to try to close the gap, and then no adaptive strike, so they had no holdback. And turn around Gust and just rip you to shreds.
Yep. Oh, under the tower. Nicely played. God damn, dude.
Oh, adaptive strike into the dust. They should be able to find this kill onto the Ricky. Oh, but he hops in, and it looks like he might be able to outlast the dust. They bring in the Shadow Feed, and Morphling goes down. Power Rangers are styling on Illusions right now.
Wow, that is quite the freebie. It's not often you see a Ricky just hop under a tower to kill a Weaver like that.
Yeah.
I guess he was just getting a little bit greedy, hoping for the salve to come out here. So everything going according to plan. The Drought Aura hasn't even been that important this game. Everything's just kind of chill. Axe hasn't been getting that crazy farm that he needs. He's got his Tranquil Boots, which is nice. Sure, he's a little bit paranoid right now, but the Blink Dagger for him is going to be giant side of Illusions.
Yeah, I mean, what is the point where Illusions can start to turn this around? Because I thought it was going to be when they get up that Dream Coil, and yeah, there's been a nice kill with the Dream Coil onto the Shadow Fiend, but, you know, the last couple of Puck attempts have been not the best. Now it looks like Oracle going to be focusing him down. Is there going to be follow-up from this? Oracle just wants to play around and keep the Puck on his toes. They're rotating in the Shadow Fiend. Meanwhile, the Drow Ranger is killed off by the Axe up top. I want to see how this plays out here, that they bring in the Morphling to try to drive everyone back. Looks like the Puck will be safe.
Oh, it's definitely going to come back to like burden onto PR in terms of like, yeah, they're really ahead. Oh, you should be.
Waveforms right into goddamn on the Ricky, looking for the body blocks. They're going to be bringing in the Puck
nice
as well.
silence.
Puck goes in. They hit the adaptive strike, but that is not going to save your Puck. And now Morphling running for his life as well. Goddamn, just going to keep chasing him up. Man, this support Morphling does not seem to be paying off. Still level 5 at 10 minutes in. 2 deaths already. What's going to make this Morphling worthwhile?
They need the fights. Like the whole game plan right now for Illusions is hoping that PR are going to start pushing in with their Drow lineup. Probably once they have the mechanism fully up here, which is looking like it'll be soon for Cheshire Cat. So when they start pushing in, they need the counter initiation plays from the Puck and the Axe, because there's 2 heroes there. Oh my god, seriously, dude? Come on. They have double silence. I don't know why you went. I guess he didn't see the Ricky. No, he saw the. I don't know. I don't know. That was something else. That was bold.
That was indeed bold. I don't know. It seems like Weaver's just kind of playing up, wants to be that late game Weaver that can just slither around, but they've got to realize the punish is crazy on PR. Now that they're getting more and more money, there's going to be more and more vision, and there's going to be an adaptive strike here onto the Drow Ranger to try to drive her back, but does not even tickle. She's just going to be right up pushing the tower, and Morphling's just sitting there trying to de-aggro the creeps, but there's still siege units, and no matter how fast you TP in, I don't think you can drive back this Drow Ranger. There's going to be the Axe ready to move forward, but still no Blink Dagger on him. Just the Tranquils, in fact. Oh, no. Drow Ranger, please have mercy. They're going to be popping down a sentry ward. They want to be focusing down this Weaver. Life may have bitten off more than he can shoot here. The Oracle's still there to heal everyone up. They bring in the Ricky. They're able to get a mega kill streak going for the Oracle right now, and they just plow apart this Weaver. Oh, we are witnessing a massacre, folks.
Yeah, there was a plan there. You could see what was happening. The Disruptor was waiting. He was holding that Static Storm for so long because he needed to get the Oracle inside, because there's no point just Static Storming the Drow, because then obviously Oracle's just going to cast spells on her. But it's obviously did not go according to plan. This Ranking's just been throwing a wrench, man. All the cogs.
And we haven't really talked about this Darkseer, because he's just been doing his own thing the entire game on bot lane. He already pushed the tower apart. I mean, he's going to be 3rd on the net worth chart here, surpassing the mid Puck by a decent amount. I mean, this net worth chart looks terrifying, right? Your 2 supports on the side of PR are going to be sitting above your offlaner, sitting above your Axe. It's not good.
Yeah, they ditched bottom pretty early. I mean, the tower got taken down, but then Weaver also not sticking around inside his own jungle or anything. Too dangerous with the Ricky. Doesn't even want to be farming it like this far without a tower and backup able to come on in. So now it's like an Axe down here, but it's just been total free farm for Mr. Cheshire Cat here in the mid lane. We saw what was supposed to happen up there, right? Like the Morphling sitting there, he has that crazy long stun. There actually is a ton of time to come in. Like that Drow Ranger, when you look at it, you're like, okay, she should be dead, right? No, they'll come on in, even with the Oracle. Like they have so many heroes coming, but If the blink was there, I think
Oh,
they
they're
had it.
going in here. Screw the tower. It's got a fragment of health. They're going for kills, and Drow Ranger should be able to find the kill onto the Disruptor. Now, Drow Ranger has to be able to take out the tower here. She goes in. The Dream Coil is still connecting, but there's just no one else on the Radiant side that wants to go in. Weaver running through, just gets picked off. They land a gust through the trees, connects onto the puck. They kill off the Morphling with one little Shadow Raise, and now it's going to be almost a full team wipe. Axe, the only survivor down bottom. It's a tier 1 tower, and PR continue to give up nothing. We are at a 3 to 20 kill score. We're getting close to some heavy memes, mod packs.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Dank. Indeed.
It's pretty dank
It's
right
dank.
now. It's
yeah.
dank.
Not for Illusions, though. I don't think they're having a very dank time right now. Unless you equate it to, like, the musty, moldy, smelly kind of bad kind of dank. Because in that case, they are quite like a dank basement.
Cool.
You know? Yeah.
I mean, overall net worth right now is going to be 15,000, above 15,000 at 13 minutes in. Is this an insurmountable lead? Is it time for Illusions just to cut their losses, go game 2, and see how they can make this better?
Once I see this Aegis, that's going to be pretty sad. I would think so. I mean, they have 2 cores who are doubling up on your 2 cores. It's pretty much just over. One more YOLO fight. Maybe everyone dies inside a static storm. You have an axe. Who knows?
I feel so bad for this Weaver because he's just been running in trying to be like, I have an impact, I can do something. Okay, there's going to be a Dream Coil into the pit. They bring the Morphling waveforms in. Nice Static Storm connecting onto a couple. Roshan goes down to the Dire, and Shadowfiend's able to get the Aegis in time. Axe, he's getting low, and he's just immediately picked apart. The GG comes out at 14 minutes. They just cannot keep their cores alive here. One last Roche fight was all it took to lock it down. Again, it's going to be a 5-0. Very, very well played Power Rangers, and I think Illusions, they've got to recollect themselves, examine their strategies before they go into game number 2.
I would think so. I think PR read that extremely well. My one problem would be when we talk about versatility in a draft, and because that Morphling came up right at the start, and we were like, okay, is this like there has to be some sort of play where this could be support or offlane Morphling. There's no other reason to pick this first. But then PR pick into a Ricky, who's a nice counter up against the Morphling. But then you go back for another position 1 that is weak to all the same things that a Morphling's weak to. Weaver basically plays like a Morphling. He can fight a little bit earlier, but generally when you have those draft versatility things, it's because you can move into a core that does something different. You know what I mean? But instead, you had all these things to counter just in case it was a core Morph, and then you pick a core Weaver that also gets countered by the exact same draft. So I'm not sure. Back to the books, I think, for this one on Illusions.
All right, so that's going to do it for game number 1. Quick, not so painless, but we're going to see some great Dota coming up next. Game 2 in just a couple of minutes. I'm Android. That's Mott Pax. We're here on moonducktv. Sit tight.